170 kilometers south of Chennai, on the southeastern coast of India, lies Puducherry, or Pondicherry as it was known. Until 1954, it was a French colony and still retains its old Gaelic charm. The town is also steeped in a strong spiritual and yogic tradition, since it was home to another exponent of yoga. Influenced by Swami Vivekananda, Sri Aurobindo, a nationalist and freedom fighter, turned to spiritualism in 1910. Fearing arrest by the British, he moved to Pondicherry, then under French rule. Here, he developed a practice of yoga that focused on meditation and spiritual awakening. It was called integral yoga.
When Sri Aurobindo came here, gradually people started coming. They were influenced by him. Some of them in the beginning thought of him as a great political leader, some of them as a great poet, some of them as a literary person. And gradually the sense of a spiritual master emerged.
Aurobindo's dream was to create an ashram that helped disciples transcend worldliness and experience unity with the divine. In 1920, he met his spiritual partner, Mira Alfassa, a French national, one of the first Western devotees to join him. On 24th November 1926, he retired into seclusion to continue his personal spiritual journey. Mira Alfassa, known by this time as the Mother, took full charge of the ashram.
The liberation of man from the boundaries of his own ignorance, from the limitations of his own personality, it should be possible for man to live at a deeper layer of his being. And that process he called yoga.
Under the Mother's guidance, the Sri Aurobindo ashram grew from about 24 disciples into a large, diversified community with almost 1,200 members today. Yoga remains central to the ashram's activities and beyond. Just 6 kilometers north of Puducherry is Auroville, a remarkable urban experiment, a realization of the Mother's vision. About 50,000 people from over 49 different nationalities live and work here. Founded in 1968, Auroville may seem at first glance like a sleepy retreat, but it's vibrant, cosmopolitan, and modern. And for its community, Sri Aurobindo's teachings still provide spiritual direction. Aurelia is one of many who have made Auroville their home.
Auroville is not as concentrated as an ashram. It's an open field. There are families there. There are all life activities there. But still, everything we're doing in the context of yoga. What does it mean? We are connecting on an inner plane to the mystery, the search for meaning in life.
At Auroville, karma yoga, or service, is an essential aspect of the integral yoga practiced. Musician Veera Joshi moved to Auroville from Russia in 2005. Everyone here works for the common good of the community.
I would say that the key notion of Auroville is selfless service. Yeah? If you see the chapter, the first clause of Auroville chapter, it says you have to be the willing servitor of the divine consciousness. And this is the open road to the growth of consciousness. When you consecrate yourself to the service of the divine consciousness, you grow.
Cultural engagement and wellness are an important part of life at Auroville. And there are many kinds of yoga to choose from. Each has its own techniques and focus. Some more spiritual, some physical. It's not a one-size-fits-all.
Auroville is a place to practice Sri Aurobindo's yoga. So every Aurovillian is supposed to know this, and as far as I know, most Aurovillians deeply understand and try to practice in their daily life.
Through a spiritual life of faith, meditation, service, and asanas, at Auroville, the final goal of integral yoga is to be one with the divine.
Auroville actually worked in a completely different way. It pulled me into life. It challenged me to take up all the activities necessary and see them as part of the yogic practice.
The 60s were a time of change. Delusion with the Vietnam War created the peace movement. It was a time for new ideas, spiritual awakening, and freedom from cultural prejudice. During this period, many new gurus came to the United States in droves. Yoga found unlikely ambassadors in a rock and roll band that was making waves in the West. The Beatles had taken the world by storm, and they were quite taken by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, the founder of transcendental meditation. By the 1970s, more than 5 million people practiced his brand of yoga.
There was a mindset associated with the hippies. It was the music of the Beatles, it was yoga, it was the feminist movement, it was Greenpeace, it was the anti-Vietnam War movement, and therefore you said the beginning of the peace movement. So the 60s was the birth of what I feel is an ongoing process that has not ended yet.
Eager for new experiences, the flower power generation of the 60s embraced Eastern philosophies. Yoga's popularity was rising. There were only a handful of yoga schools in America then. There are thousands now. But the idea of yoga was often more attractive to the West than the true discipline and practice of it. India began to attract all sorts. Some came looking for salvation, others for their own distorted version of spirituality. They came to experience the new and exotic.
What drove them to India and holds was this belief that this is a magical land. This is the mother of all civilizations. And it has in its bylanes, in the crevices of India, there may be existing some wise man who will provide them with that recipe, which will give them what they have been searching for, is eternal bliss and permanent happiness.
Mumbai, maximum city, tinsel town, dream factory. For so many, looking good is vital. That makes fitness big business. Yoga has moved from the gurukuls to the cool gurus. It's fashionable and a lifestyle statement. Mumbai-based yoga expert Payal Gidwani can take credit for the toned physiques of several Bollywood celebrities.
These Bollywood stars have really made it very trendy. And knowing, the layman will follow the stars. They are big celebrities. And if they endorse something, people think it is very good.
Size 0 is out. Being in shape is in. Filmdom's new pin-up boys and girls want healthy lifestyles. Famous fitness fanatics like Shilpa Shetty are stretching on yoga mats. The new yoga mantra is finding new converts. For some movie stars, there was never any doubt.
In the film fraternity, if there's anything which makes you look good, feel fit, feel fresh, I think it's going to catch on. So that's one of the reasons I think must have caught on with the film fraternity, yeah.
Yoga studios catering to the stars are now big business, with new yoga styles becoming the mainstream.
I've trained a few Bollywood actors, quite a few very successful actors. Like with all successful people, I have a lot of respect for Bollywood actors and actresses because I've seen how hard they work. It looks very happy and easy on the outside, but it's a very complex and a very hard-working lifestyle.
With Bollywood endorsing it, yoga has become young and hip, attracting many more followers.